To install Screencast to Matic, right-click on the Windows Start button, and then click Search. In the search box, type in the word Software, and then click the link for the Software Center. Inside the Software Center, look for the link that says Find Additional Applications from the Application Catalog. If you don't see that link, make sure you have the Available Software tab active, and click on that link. Inside the Application Catalog, we want to search for Screencast to Matic. If you don't see the search bar, scroll all the way to the right, and at the upper right-hand corner, you'll see it there. Type in the word Screencast, one word, and then press Enter. Should be only one result, and it's Screencast to Matic, so left-click it once to select it, and then at the very bottom right of the screen, click the purple Install button. I already have Screencast to Matic installed on my computer, so I'm not going to run through this whole process, but all you'll need to do is click on Yes and wait about a minute or two, and any other pop-ups that appear during the installation process, just click Yes or Next or anything to get it to go through. And after you receive notification that Screencast to Matic has successfully installed, we want to open up the program to make sure it's running properly. So to find the program, you can look for an icon. It would look like this. It's blue and has the letters SOM. If you don't see that, right-click the Windows Start button again and click Search, and we can search for Screencast. One word. If it is installed, there will be a result for it. So Screencast to Matic, you can left-click that to open it, or if you want to have an icon shortcut for it on your taskbar, right-click it, and then tell it to pin to your taskbar. First time you open Screencast to Matic, you're going to see a screen like this. In fact, it's going to show you this every time. We are using the free version, so make sure you click on the button that says Use Free Version. And then after that, you'll see a toolbar for Screencast to Matic, and maybe you might see a library window as well. You can minimize the library window or close it even. This is the only thing we'll need. I'm going to walk you through each of these functions to tell you what they do. The X is to close Screencast to Matic. The gear is to change up some settings if you want to customize anything. This is the webcam feature. You can actually have a picture-in-picture of your face during the screencast if you want. It would appear in the lower right of your screen. By default, that is disabled. Next is your screen size selector. I typically do my screencasts in full screen. Just be aware if you do a full screen screencast, it captures everything on your screen, including date and time, all of your icons and everything. So the other option there is to select a different size, which would look something like this. It gives you a dotted box. Everything inside the rectangle will be captured, and everything outside is ignored and won't be included in the screencast. You could customize this by using these white sizing handles. Next is your computer audio capture. If you have that enabled, Screencast to Matic will actually record your system sounds too. So music that your computer's playing, it can record that. YouTube video, it will record the audio. So if you want that, make sure that's on. If you don't want it to record system sounds, you can disable that. And finally is your microphone control. By default, it should be set to your laptop's built-in microphone. However, if you have like a headset or another external mic, you can click this triangle to select a different audio input source. Before you start recording anything, you're going to want to make sure that your microphone is actually working and that your computer hears your voice. So what you can do is just start talking and make sure that you see a small green bar fill up that black space. That's just telling you that the computer hears you. Over here we have the red button. That is just to initiate recording. And when you click that, it gives you a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then it says go. After that, it's recording everything that you do with your mouse, that you type with your keyboard. That's displayed on your screen. It's recording your voice, and if you have it turned on, it will record your face too with that webcam. All right. While you are recording, you have a couple options. If there's any kind of interruption, or if you want to pause the recording, you can hold in the Alt key on your keyboard and press P. There's a little description here. You can pause the recording. It's actually very handy. There are a couple ways you can use that. I'll give you a little example of how I use pause. So I'm going to pause this recording briefly, and I'm going to open up a YouTube video, and then I'll resume the recording after the video is ready to go, so you won't actually see me navigating there. It just kind of cuts out some of the garbage. So I'm going to pause the recording by holding an Alt and pressing P. And I just resumed the recording again by holding an Alt, pressing P, and it cut immediately to the video. You didn't have to see me navigating there, so it just cuts out extra unnecessary footage. from your screencast to clean things up. So I'm going to let Screencast-O-Matic keep recording while I'm exiting here, and I want to show you a couple more things before I wrap this up. While you have Screencast-O-Matic paused, this is what it looks like. The little toolbar will show you a pause symbol. It tells you how much you've recorded so far, and then you have some more options here. Now, if you are looking to completely erase and start over, if you make a major mistake or there's a major interruption, you can hit the restart button. It'll ask you if you're sure you want to do that, because when you do restart, it deletes everything you've done and starts you from scratch. If you are at a point where you are done with the recording, you pause it and then click done. What that does is it takes you to a screen where you can name your screencast and then choose how you want to save it. I recommend saving it as a video file, because what that does is it saves it to any destination on your computer where you can upload it to Office 365 and share it. You can attach it to an email if it's under 25 megabytes or anything else you'd like to do with it. A couple last things about Screencast-O-Matic. It does capture your mouse as well. So you can see the mouse is moving around on my desktop. It has a small yellow circle to help people see where my mouse is. And also when you click, there's a little shockwave that appears. Again, just a visual aid to help people move along with what you're doing. Now, there are a couple tips and tricks here. You'll notice my desktop doesn't have any icons on it. A quick way to make them kind of hide so it's not cluttering up your screencasts: right-click an empty space on your desktop, highlight View, and then there's an option to show desktop icons. So there my icons are. If you want to hide them, you right-click, go to View, and uncheck that option just to kind of have a cleaner space to work with. Another thing that can destroy web screencasts is pop-up email notifications, especially if it's something confidential. So to disable notifications from Outlook, there's a small white triangle here next to the date and time. Left-click that once and go to the Outlook icon with an envelope. Right-click it and make sure that Show New Mail Desktop Alert is unchecked. That will prevent any kind of pop-ups from Outlook from appearing during your screencasts.